everyone. Welcoming you to the Grandparenting Podcast story. My name is Vasvi and I'll be your host for the show. In this podcast, we invite grandparents to share their experiences on parenting and their joyful moments as a grandparent. Whether you're a new grandparent, a seasoned grandparent, or just curious about grandparenting, this podcast is for you. These stories will shed some light on the challenges and rewards of being a grandparent. And we hope these stories will provide you with valuable tips and guidelines to help you navigate this wonderful journey. So sit back, relax, and let's dive into the world of grandparenting together. Have Sujatha ma'am, and she has 30 plus years of experience in training and curriculum development. She's also worked with NGOs such as UNICEF, CARE, and CISID, Ambedkar University. While she has also worked on various projects that are associated with College of Home Sciences, she is currently pursuing her PhD in determinants of understanding and achievement of basic math concepts in first and second class children. Thank you for taking our time and joining us in today's show, ma'am. Thank you so much. So, ma'am, you must be playing multiple roles with your grandchild. Be it a caregiver, teacher, guardian, advisor, playmate, nurturer, historian. So which among these roles that you are playing with the grandchild are like very close to you, are like your me time, and or maybe you can share it in sequence?
Yeah, my first preference would be the caregiver. Definitely a caregiver and a nurturer.
Okay. Okay.
That's really my guardian.
Mm-hmm.
And then also a playmate. I would like to play with her, interact with her,
Okay.
and then advice to her, not at this age, I don't think so.
Okay.
Yeah. And then historian would be the last thing.
It would be the last thing. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. What has changed since you were a parent and now a grandparent? Can you share some scenarios around it?
Yes, of course, there is a lot there are a lot of changes in our attitude from parent to grandparent. Like, for example, during our parenthood, we would be more focused on our children to be more disciplined and then to listen to us, and our attitude would be like, but as a grandparent, we know each and every act of our grandchild. Okay.
Really nice.
Like whether she does any mischievous or any mischief or something like that, we will appreciate her and then we will try to correct her in a more friendly way. That's the big difference from the parent to the grandparent. So during parent time, our focus will be on disciplining or giving education to the child, and we should nurture him properly. All our major focus will be on that. So now, because parents are there for their upbringing, so our attitude definitely will be on giving care now, and we enjoy their movements and then their actions, the way they speak, the way they play, the way they show affection towards us. All these are all memorable moments for us. So that's a big difference. So that memorable moments and then that cherishable moments, maybe definitely we have missed it. Even though we have spent quality time with them, that cherishable moments, no? Like feeding them and then a close observation of their activities and all those, definitely we would have missed them. Now for the grandchild, like I said earlier, we enjoy every moment of it. So
That's nice.
yeah.
Okay. And do you feel the upbringing of your kids and your grandkids are one in the same, or can you talk about three major challenges?
Yeah, definitely I can see a lot of changes. You know, when at our time, we gave much and more importance to just feeding the child and then making him being healthy. And then our first priority would be is more of a disciplining. So like that, isn't it? Now we can see today's generation parents are very, very friendly with the child. So though both are employed, they are spending very much quality time with the child. And then this generation, they are giving a lot of freedom to the child, lot of encouragement to the child, which is very much required. So I really appreciate those. And then with the advent of the technology, like your smartphones and then YouTubes and then Googles and then Instagrams, where they browse so many research about their children. And then they are coming to know what sort of activities are required for each age group, at what age group, what are the stimulation activities required, how to nurture the child, how to discipline the child, what sort of nutrition is required. Everything they are browsing and then making it happen to the child, which is very, very welcome.
That's really nice.
So at our time, really, we miss that. And then we give more importance to discipline and then upbringing in a joint family. So mingling in a joint family, those social interactions we gave much importance. And then for the discipline, we gave much importance rather than the holistic development, I should say. We focused more on education.
So, ma'am, like you have rightly mentioned, so these are more about living with a joint family, maintaining good culture. So, teaching our kids how to talk to elders in a real life scenario. So, in the current scenario, if you see, most of us are all living in isolated families. So, how do you think this can grow down the line? What kind of impact that can create on the kid?
Yeah,
As
this
a
is
generation?
this is the one area this young generation should make a note of it. Also, with the pandemic situation, most of the young parents are confined to their home. No one is willing to come to the houses, no social interactions. From my observation, I observed that there is a large impact on both the parents as well as the child. So during this pandemic time and situation for the past 4 years or so, we have seen so many autistic children to our notice. So many autistic children are coming to our school um, in India and then abroad, mostly from the working parents. So this is also because of the uh, stress from the jobs on the part of the parents, and then also no social interaction because they are confined to their homes because of their job, and then the stress and the home work balance. They can easily overcome this by taking the children to the relatives house, friends house at the weekends time, spending time with children, going to a park. Then they can explain the children how to talk, how to share the toys, how to share the uh, chocolates or biscuits. So this sort of advice and then to the child will definitely bring social interaction among children today.
So you have just mentioned that the number of scenarios that are increasing currently post-pandemic on the special kids scenarios. So
Yeah.
how do you see that? I mean, what kind of measures can a parent take to ensure?
It's basic thing is the mother's maternal health during the pregnancy time. Her emotional status is very, 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 like I said earlier, no, because of the work stress and then the homework balance. Somehow, uh, somehow the stress is made on the child while in the womb. So we see most of the autistic children are genetically autistic, and some are because of the behavioral problems, and then the marital disparities between the husband and wife, All these are contributing factors to the special children, I should say. So that the parents should take care of. So as a result of this, we also see attention deficit disorders among children. That is also growing rapidly. So which can be tackled easily when they are identified at an early stage.
Ma'am, you being a grandparent and with your 30 years of experience in handling or building the training curriculum, handling the kids, and especially working with the special kids as well. So, what kind of upbringingness suggestions that you can give the current generation parents?
Yeah, upbringing, I should say that to spend quality time with them is
Okay.
enough. If
Okay.
not all through the day, parents cannot afford their time, but
Right.
quality time, like
Okay.
when they come back from the office, no, they should spend some time with the child, hugging him and then
Mm-hmm.
making him relax and then talking to him, and then some bedtime stories, and then after the baby comes from the creche, let the child be given some opportunities for his emotional release, and then some activities, no, like playing along with him, along with the toys he or she plays. So spending quality time with the child is very, very important. And then work-life balance is also very. But the first 3 years, I will say, if the parents can together, not the single mother, but both the parents should pay attention during the first 3 years. That will make the rest of it.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
I hope
So,
this it will
but
be really helpful for the audience.
yeah.
And are your child raising techniques, which you have used with your kids, maybe, are working out with your grandkids, ma'am? So how is that?
Honestly speaking, I am not associated with so much time with my grandchild. And then I don't see my upbringing is the same as with the grandchild. It's entirely different because I am almost like a very strict disciplinarian with my children.
Okay.
Right. So, like I said, I discipline them always. That too, being in a joint family, the children along with their cousins, no. I was more worried whether they will be distracted out and then not going to school regularly. All these things, no, there was some fear in me because of
Okay.
the joint family. So together, almost all the children were of the same age. So if one
Mhm.
child misses the school, our child also wanted to get absent for the school. So for that reason, I was very strict with the children. So in that area, education-wise, I am very strict. But I don't think this, after seeing uh, my son and the daughter-in-law, they are very friendly with the child, which I really appreciate.
So, ma'am, do you think?
And it is also too early for the disciplining the child, right? She's now just 1.5 years old,
Mhm.
but there will be sometimes we have to say a strict no to the child. So, like when there is when she's going towards teacher and some danger is there, we have to say strict no. So that way, I advise them. So to be very firm in some areas where the child will not be entertained again and again. So, like when she goes for a washroom, no, where there is a washing machine, it's very dangerous. So my daughter-in-law also agreed for that, and then she also tried to be very firm in some areas, and she also explained her that these are danger areas. So the child also repeating, "This is danger, danger." When she entered kitchen, she will say, "Danger, danger." So like that, we
Wow.
have to educate the child.
Okay. Very nice, ma'am. And what do you think are some of the best memorable moments that you have so far with your grandchild?
Oh, grandchild. My, I just first time I went to US and I went to her and I lifted her. No, that was one of the best moments. So
Okay.
at 6 months of age only, first time I saw her directly.
Mhm.
Oh, so I went for US. She's 6 months age then. She recognized me because I was constantly interacting with her through the video call right from the very young age. So she did not feel shy or she's not feeling new or something like that. So as soon as I entered the house and I lifted her up, she laughed.
Mm.
And that was the memorable moment, one of the memorable moments. And then, yeah, and taking her to the park every evening is also one of the best things I enjoyed because while taking her out, no, I explained to her that there are some trees with full of rose flowers, water fountains, everything I used to explain to her, and some birds chirping and then making bird sounds. All this she used to enjoy along with me. So that was another beautiful moment I enjoyed with her. And then I also enjoy sharing bedtime stories. So these three moments I think I enjoyed most.
Wonderful, ma'am. And moving on to the next question, and what, according to your perspective, so how do you think we can spend some quality time with the grandchildren?
Yeah, quality time with the grandchildren definitely like bringing our own culture to them, no? Like, I think when grandparents should maintain a consistent daily routine and a schedule for a day, which the children will be observing closely. So, the routine of a grandmother, they will be observing like when we celebrate a festival, like festivity at home or a birthday function, what the family members are doing, that the child will be able to understand. Instead of insisting this message, now they will pick up by seeing. So, yeah, like for example, in a Sankranti time, we used to call everyone, no? All our cousins, niece, nephews, everything we gather. So this is the opportunity for the child to mingle with others also. You know, as a grandparents, we can imbibe in that culture, social values, and then emotional values, respecting elders, how to talk, and then daily prayer to God. What sort of prayer we can involve children, make the children, take the children, grandchild along with you, and then you can imbibe all this. No, instead of making them as a sort of teaching, learning, rather than that, the child will be observing everything in a family environment. So, like that, the child will pick up more values, not just like a lesson giving or a teacher lecture, isn't it? So I think the family definitely plays an important role. And then grandparents, quality time, like making them narrate our mm, Ramayana, Mahabharata story. Like that, you can make them listen to them using storybooks. And then you can also tell about the national leaders, how they fought for the country. So everything is a source of inspiration for them at this young age. And then family routine is also very important. And then making them involved in the small family activities also help them, like during dining time, dinner time, or lunch time, where all the family members gather near the table. So we can assign small responsibilities for the child, like bringing plate and glass for each family member, arranging them, making them involved as a part of family member. So all these imbibes some sort of culture and values. And then, of course, uh, family understanding is also very important between mother and father. If there is some sort of dispute, let them sort it out uh, when the child is not there. Let them sort it out in a separate room and then come out instead of quarreling in front of the child. So, some sort of understanding and disparities should be settled when the child is not there. All these family environment, small things will make a big difference in the minds of children. So, like this, the child personality grows. So, so spending quality time definitely. So they with the grandparents, they try to imbibe love, and then some family responsibilities, small tasks. Also, they will learn along with the grandparents. Definitely, some quality time definitely makes an impact on child's personality in them.
Great. Wow, that is a very important points that you have raised. Like all household works or any work that the parents or the grandparents are doing involving the kid, taking the kid along with you
Yeah.
should always be one of the key things. And then helping them understand our backgrounds, our histories, be it Ramayana and all the other stories of the family, and talking about leaders, giving an inspirational, motivational things, what has happened before them. So, yeah, and the other point, very well pointed it out. Any fights or any disputes,
Yeah.
to sort it separately. Thank you, ma'am. Thank. And how do you think that the grandparents right now are accepting or the way they are reacting to it? Because the grandparents once who were, were taught that academics are the only priority things that was there. And now with the changes and scenarios of being life skills as one of the most priority things along with education. So how do you think grandparents are getting adjusted to this?
I cannot generalize, but it depends on the education of the grandparents also. And then their upbringing of children also reflects on their attitude as a grandparent. So they should accept actually. With so many things we are accepting now in the society, so many changes have taken place generation wise. Like for example, in our days there was no television. So I used to listen to the 1983 World Cup in the radio by listening to the commentary. So where Kapil Dev won the World Cup in 1983, I listened to the World Cup through radio only. So television was only here and there it was there, not in every household. Today television has become almost a necessity item in every house. So that we have accepted, isn't it? Right. So and then and during 90s it was not a smartphone. It was only a regular phone, small phone. Nowadays, smartphone, Apple phone, i14, i10, what's there, what not, everything, all the world is in your hand. So when you are accepting all these changes, why not this? We have to accept as a grandparent that things are changing. We have to accept that children need more extracurricular activities rather than academic intelligence alone is not enough. So that the grandparents should accept it.
Okay. And what, according to you, can help your grandchild or the grandchildren?
Definitely, I should say, I played songs and then rhymes, lullabies to the child right from a very early young age. No, with that, no, she used to recognize the voice and then voice modulations, and she picked up very early, and she's now singing all those songs.
Wow.
Like I said, no, there are so many types of intelligence. I said number intelligence, music intelligence, and then spatial intelligence, kinesthetic intelligence, social intelligence is there. So here our job is to, as a parent and grandparent, I should say, provide more and more learning opportunities to the child. That's it. Okay. So songs and rhymes, that is one kind of stimulation I gave to my grandchild. And then reading stories, picture books, no story books.
Correct.
That is one thing. Yes, even though she could not identify the letter, she's just 1.5, but she can make all the animal sounds that are there in the story.
Interesting.
So that is another good thing. No, children at a very young age, right from I think right from second month to third month, you can introduce storybooks. You can ask, "Are you a fool to introduce a storybook to such a young child?" But such sort of I think serve and written interactions, we say. So you are making the child look into the storybook, and you are making her listen to the words which the child is able to. Later on, when a certain age will come where she will pick up the language very fastly, and he or she can use that. So that is the way they pick up the language. So picture reading storybooks are very important, which we missed out for our kids. So this, my daughter-in-law and son are doing that, and which I also is doing that. So these are some of the stimulation activities I have
Do
did.
you think, do you think that these kind of activities, do parents know right now that they can start by 2 months or 3 months that they can start such activities? Do you think that awareness is there among parents even now?
No, for some educated parents, no, they are doing that, but most of the parents don't know.
Don't know, right?
Don't. So this is the way some parent education programs are really required. I have to say one thing, stimulation activities, which I learned from my daughter-in-law, which is really very interesting. My daughter-in-law, my grandchild is one month or 1.5 month old, and she is doing tummy time activities with her. One day she showed a video. Every day she shows some video, no? So she showed this video. I was stunned actually. She cannot hold her neck, and she cannot lie down on a tummy. How can you do that? I asked. Then she shared one of the research and said that this is very much required during this age for a good motor control, neck control in the future. So then I also browsed the research, and then I agreed for that. So introduce tummy time activities as early as possible, right from 1.5 month of age. Tummy time, no? Making the child lie down on their tummy and place a toy before her, so that she will be lifting her, slowly she will be lifting her head towards the toy, which is very much required for the head and neck control. So there is a lot of research going on in this early childhood education, which I think every parent should be knowing this.
Wonderful, wonderful. And right now, if we see that a lot of kids have been going to daycare centers than what it was in the past, I think the graph is going really high in that because of the changes in the generations where the parents are working more. I mean, both the parents are working. And what do you think is the ideal age for starting and or for sending the kid to a daycare center?
Oh, daycare.
Daycare.
Daycare, I just cannot say this is the right age. I cannot say. It depends again on the priorities of the families, necessities of the families. But overall, I can say the child can be placed if she is healthy, if she can be able to grasp things, and if she is able to express herself, her needs, and everything. No, when she is able to do that, I think you can place her as early as 2 years.
Okay. Okay. in the current scenario, grandparents are taking the role of a parent because of parents working.
Okay.
So, with this changes,
Okay.
the love and affection that a grandparent is sharing, is there any difference?
No, I don't think so. Because the age and experience of the grandparents, definitely they enjoy being a grandparent rather than a parent.
Okay.
So whatever they have missed during their time as a parent, they will be showing all those love and affection to the kid. So I don't think there is a difference. But I can say that there is more love and affection rather than as a parent than as a grandparent. So because we enjoy doing whatever the child does, no, as a grandparent, we enjoy that.
Right.
And we share it with everyone, like I'm sharing with you right now, isn't it?
Right, true, ma'am. That is very true.
Yeah.
Yeah. The world just keeps revolving around your grandkids.
Yeah. Maybe the responsibilities are more. Responsibilities, no, they do it as a more, what do you say, as a more careful responsibility they are taking. But I don't think there is a difference in showing love and affection to the child. Maybe it will be doubled or tripled being as a grandparent.
Okay. Nice, ma'am. And ma'am, I think this question I'm asking you because of your background and experience on child rearing techniques or building the curriculum and working with multiple NGOs. So, how can we foster a child's holistic development? Maybe can you share us few examples to help our audience and
Stick development. The different domains of developments are physical motor development, it is language development, and it is sensory motor development, and it is cognitive development, and there are feeding milestones also. So, as a parent, the parent should look for all the opportunities towards the all areas of development. So, we think that the child is at a very young age, right from birth, the child does not learn anything. It is only after growing up only he picks up learning. That's the usual myth we have as a parent, isn't it? So that is actually not true. The moment the child is born, he's learning. So the moment the child is out of the mother's womb, he is learning to know the smell of the mother. By knowing the smell of the mother, he will be able to recognize that it is his mother. And then by suckling, that is the first reflex he's learning, no? So he's learning to suckle the milk from the mother. That is another learning. He's learning at a very young age. And then slowly he's looking at the towards the light. That is the visual stimulation. And then he hears the mother's voice and he hears the mother's touch. So by mother's touch only, he is able to recognize that it is his mother. So every parent should think that opportunity should be given for all the areas of development. World Health Organization కొన్ని guidelines recommend చేసింది. So it is not exclusively the mother should take care of. It should be the responsive caregiving by both the parents. So that is the terminology they used, responsive care. So all the family members should also interact with the child with equal response.
great, ma'am. Those are really great and wonderful inputs. Thank you so much. And we have one very short segment which we call it as a rapid fire round. These are mostly very close to you. So something like any craziest thing that you have done as a kid.
Me as a kid,
Yeah, you as a kid.
me as a
Can recollect something
okay.
you have done.
Oh, yeah. I think it was in my third class or second class, I think. The school organized one picnic. So I did not exactly register the date of my picnic. And then I asked my mother to prepare everything for the picnic. Like she did some rice item and then sweet item on the day. And so I went to my friend's house to pick her up. She said, "It is not today, it is tomorrow, it is picnic." So my mother, she is to discipline very much. So because of the fear of my mother, I spent the whole day in my friend's house and went and told my mother that I went for the picnic. So the next day, this very friend came to my house to pick me up for the picnic. Then my mother realized, you said you went for the picnic and what she has come today. What is this she told? So there I got fed up. So that one thing, no, craziest thing, no, that I really still remember that.
Very nice. Thanks for sharing, ma'am. And what's one of your favorite childhood memories?
Childhood memories. Yeah, childhood memories, really cherishing childhood memories are many. One or two I'll share. I think it was in my UKG where I was studying in St. Anne's Vijayanagar Colony School, Hyderabad. I was very shy at that age. But my class teacher, no, all sisters and nuns are there, Christian schools at dance. So they used, what do you say, they encouraged me to do a dance. So for that dance, they proposed a white dress, frill type of dress. So I still remember that white dress and that song also, alphabet song.
Okay.
So from that day onwards, I never looked back. No, there was no stage fear till now.
Mhm.
Uh, at that time, because of the nun who encouraged me to do the dance, though I was shy at those days, that made me really, today I never look back. And then when I was in third class, no, I was transferred to Tirupati. There I studied in another SVU campus school. You will not believe I did a 1 hour drama that is a Cinderella drama. I played the role of a Cinderella. So that was the really a good memory, which that Cinderella and that dance, I really memorize it till now.
Wow, that's very nice, ma'am. I'm sure you'll share all these stories with your grandkids and they will hear them. And what's one of the most interesting place that you have visited?
Interesting place. Of course, when I went for USA, no,
Okay.
I went for Las Vegas and Grand Canyons, which that I enjoyed.
Mm-hmm.
And interesting here is, uh, yeah, we went for that, what do we say, Coorg Hills we went.
Okay.
So that I enjoyed. Adventurous, no, small mountain.
Very nice. I think this was a very great and an inspirational conversation that we've had. Not just from my grandparenting session. I think many things which a parent can learn how to stimulate their kids and what kind of activities can help them and to foster a good healthy atmosphere within the family to increase or to strengthen their family bonding versus the current scenario that the parents are in. So everybody is learning every day, so there is no perfect parenting style.
Yeah.
And thank you so much for all the insights that you have shared. I'm sure these insights will help the grandparents and the parents give a lovable experience to their children.
Thank you. Thanks a lot for giving this opportunity, Vasavi. It was nice talking to you, and it is also a what can I say? It is an insight to me being a grandparent also. It made me insight how I am doing as a grandparent. So thanks a lot for the opportunity.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you so much.
Yeah.